All right, welcome to Vinyasa Flow for jet lag. All right, so what we're going to do for jet lag is start by being very grounded. And the best way to become grounded is to come down onto the belly. And I'm going to recommend you have a blanket on the left edge of your mat. Come down onto the elbows and bring the left knee, left ankle onto the blanket, so you're in half frog pose. Keep the blocks handy. And then drop the elbows to the side into goddess arms. Rotate the head to the left. So when we lie on the belly, it's the most grounding of all yoga poses. We call this the prone position. So there's a large surface area of the body in contact with the earth. And more importantly, there's a biofeedback to the breath. So the breath starts to become diaphragmatic, rhythmic, and natural. And by natural, I mean the speed of the breath starts to match the speed of your nervous system, and then slowing it down, the nervous system starts to shift gears. So a big part of recovering from jet lag is which nervous system is trying to basically heal you, normalize you, bring you back. And at the same time, we just simply hold this gentle hip opening, hip flexor opening, rotation in the neck, all the joints that get tight from the trip. And as you settle, invite the right arm back and tuck the right hand into the waistline of the pants, relaxing the right shoulder. So there's a sense of feeling the weight of that right arm gently pushing down into the lower back as the shoulder relaxes. Almost like you're being pushed into the earth, getting more and more grounded. Which is exactly what we want to do after a long trip. And then gently take the left hand back, rest it on the low back. Feel the weight of the second arm, pushing the low back into the earth. And that diaphragmatic breath continuing to move slowly in and out. On the next inhale, gently bend the knee. Bring the foot back towards the buttocks. Point the toe to the ceiling. And then slowly drop the foot back to the earth. And just continue to bend the knee, feeling that little movement. Drop the foot back to the earth. bending and straightening. The next time you bend the knee, gently rock it from side to side. Windshield wiper that bent knee, that foot in the air. Feeling movement in the hip. At the same time staying nice and grounded. Exhale, float the foot down, release the hands and stack the hands. Rest the forehead on stacked hands. Tuck the chin into the chest and lift the elbows further towards the top of the mat so the shoulders relax. Roll from temple to temple, releasing the neck. Let that left knee come out a little further if it can. Inhale, lift the head. Grab a block and bring the head on top of the block, resting. Elbows under the shoulders, hands to the ground. Relax the shoulders. And gently bend that right knee and then drop. Bend, straighten. Feeling that work coming to the hip flexor on that right side. The next time you bend, start to windshield wiper that right foot, left and right. Feeling the femur in the hip. And then slowly lower the foot. And then lifting the head, bringing the hands to the edge of the mat. The fingers splay out to the side, thumbs point along the long edge of the mat, and cautiously straighten the arms. Ooh, feel that in the hips, the low back, the abdominals. Always knowing you can come back down to Sphinx pose onto the elbows at any time. Once again, just bend that knee. Whew. Bend. And then windshield wiper left and right if you can. Oh. Exhale, come down. Oi, oi, oi. Let's bring that left knee back in. Come back to crocodile pose. Relax the elbows. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Press up onto all fours. Coming to some cat and cow here. Inhale, extend the left leg back, drop the ball of the foot. Press out through that left heel. And then release. Bring that left knee to the left elbow, left shoulder, and then rotate your fire hydrant in a circle about the hip. Still working on that left hip. And then reverse the direction. Keep the orbiting fire hydrant, but come in the opposite direction. The next time you come into fire hydrant, kick that left foot out onto the floor, parallel to the long edge of the mat, and pulse the hips back so we're still in that left hip, coming into it a slightly different way. And start to make your way back to awkward child pose. Inhale, come up, hands under shoulders, curl the toes of the right foot, press back to awkward down dog. Really press that right heel into the earth, feel the back of that right leg. Look between the hands, float that left foot back to the mat. Bend knee, downward dog. Press the heels into the mat. Come forward, high plank. Drop the knees, lift the feet. Keep the pelvis lifted. Elbows rotate in and forward. So you feel the elbows against the ribs, drop the chest and the chin, inchworm. Inhale, drop the feet, lift the head, lift the shoulders, lift the hands and bring the hands back behind you and feel boat pose. And then exhale, stack the hands and rest into crocodile. Let's come to the other side. So bringing that right knee out onto your blanket. Let's earth down again. Come into goalpost arms, head rotated to the right. And feel all that flight energy, all those electrical particles trapped in the body starting to earth out and ground you down into the soil, into the mantle of the earth. Letting go of all that spacey, airy, ungroundedness that we pick up on the aeroplanes. Feeling the breath release all the aeroplane air out of the lungs, cleaning the lungs with each diaphragmatic breath. And then as if someone's put a nice big weight on your low back, bring that left arm back, resting it on the low back. Left shoulder relaxes, pushing you deeper into the crust of the earth. And then to take you deeper into the earth, bring the other arm back, resting both arms, feeling the double weight of the limbs, pressing down into the low back, relaxing both shoulders, feeling the neck unwind from the shoulder girdle. Feeling each breath almost like you're breathing in the earth and releasing the scattered energy of the aeroplane. Maybe bringing that right knee out a little more. So taking plenty of time to earth the body at the beginning of the practice. And even days afterwards, if the jet lag continues, you can always come into this position, lying on the belly, letting the diaphragmatic breath release the tension of jet lag. Gently releasing both hands, stacking the hands, resting the forehead on the stacked hands. Elbows lift up a little bit. Chin drops down to the chest so the shoulders can really relax here. Gently roll from temple to temple. Bring that right knee out a little more, opening up that right hip. Feeling the breath. Feeling the breath detoxify the body, cleaning the body. Each exhale, letting go. Each exhale, sinking, letting gravity pull you into the earth. Having the option here, if you'd like to come into the variation of Sphinx pose, elbows under the shoulders, block under the head. Noticing the breath. Is it changing? Is it slowing down naturally without any interference? What's the breath doing in this shape? How is the breath responding? Option to bring the head up if you'd like a little more intensity here. Bring the hands to the edge of the mat. And if you've got a little movement in the knee joint, you might lift that heel and lower. Lift and lower. And then windshield wiper if there's any room. And then come back to crocodile. Keep that right knee out. And you might bend that knee again and down. Just working the hip flexor. Windshield wiping left and right. Drop the left foot, bring the right knee back. Notice the hips. Bring the hands under the shoulders, press up onto all fours. Cat and cow. Notice how the neck feels, the back. Inhale, extend the right leg back, drop the ball of the foot, press out through that right heel. Delicious stretch. And then release, bringing that right knee to the right shoulder, fire hydrant. And let's do 3 or 4 rotations here in each direction. Not too quick. Just really opening up that right hip. And then reverse. The next time you come into fire hydrant, kick that foot out, ground down the pinky toe, and feel that in that left, or that right inner thigh. The ankle's getting a nice stretch here, and start to pulse back and forth. Maybe coming back to awkward child pose and hanging out in awkward child. Grounding the head down into the earth, either on a block or a blanket or the earth, the mat itself. Inhale, come up, tabletop with that right leg extended, curl the toes of the left foot and press back, awkward dog. Really pressing into that right hand and left heel. Look between the hands, float the right foot back to the mat, bend the knees. Bent knee, downward dog, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the spine. And then press the heels back towards the mat. Inhale, plank, drop knees, chest, chin, inchworm. Let the feet, the hips come down, shoulders back, elbows against the ribs, and this time press into the mat, bending the elbows 90 degrees, and feel Bhujangasana Cobra. And then exhale, child pose. Bring both hands to the left, right hand on top of the left. Switch sides. Inhale, neutral, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, curl the toes, downward dog. Lift the right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Push down through the left heel, lift that right foot. Soften the left knee, look between the hands and bring the right foot forward, drop the left knee. Drop the hands under the heart. Drop the toenails of the left foot into your mat. Lift the gaze and reach that right hand forward. Swivel the right hand to the right, look back behind you, lean into that left hand. Bend the left knee and grab that left foot. Exhale, release hands under the heart as you bring your hands to the thigh, that right thigh. Strengthen the legs. Feel your right foot go straight down into the earth, grounding you down, and then the back foot straight down into the earth. Push into your hands, push into your leg. Head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Reach up, kneeling warrior. Bring the hands out to the side, palms up. Left hand forward, right hand back. Push down through that right foot, left knee. Open a little more if you can. Inhale, unwind. Reach up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, bring the head forward, drop the knees, chest, chin, inchworm. Inhale, cobra. Elbows close to the ribs, shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog, left foot high. Reach that left foot up. Step that left foot forward to that left wrist, drop the right knee. Drop the back toes, hands under the heart. Now lengthen, head forward. Lengthen. Lift the gaze. Lift the left hand and reach forward. Swivel that left hand to the left. Looking back behind the body. Bending that right knee. Capture the foot. Exhale, release the foot. Bring the hands to the thigh. Push down into that left foot. Really push down with the hands, strong hands. Back knee pushes down, strong, trying to drill yourself into the earth, grounding down. Reach the hands up, kneeling warrior. Bring the hands out to the side, palms up. Right hand forward, left hand back, looking back at that left hand. Keep pressing that left foot into the earth, grounding down. Exhale, release, reach up, kneeling warrior. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Drop knees, chest, chin, inchworm. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, crocodile. Grounding the front of the body back to the earth. Letting yourself become nice and grounded here. And then roll onto one side of the body into Cleopatra pose. Let's ground down that side of the body. So the ankle, the side of the leg, the outside of the knee, the hip, ribs. Let's bring the head down and really feel ourselves grounded down, the top hand just grounding down into the earth. Curl the toes back, lift the top leg up and down, just waking up the adductor, abductors, abducting up, adducting slowly down, so there's an eccentric component to this. It's not just dropping the leg. And each time you drop down, feel that lower hip press into the earth, grounding out the side of the body. The next time you lift up, pause and hold, and then start to lift the lower leg up towards the top of the leg and back down, up and down, up and down, really grounding out into the side of the hip here. And then bringing the feet together as high as you can, both feet up, lift the head up and bring that bottom hand up. So now you're only grounding from the shoulder to the hip, maybe lifting the balancing hand off the ground and coming into Parshvanavasana, side boat. And then exhale, gently rolling onto the belly, grounding out in the front of the body. Once again, crocodile pose. Letting all that work leave the body. And then rolling into Cleopatra on the other side. Feeling the other side body grounding out. Ankle, knee, side of the leg, side of the hip, ribs. Grounding out after that long flight. Curl the toes back. You might bring that top hand down to balance you as you start to lift the top leg up and down. Engaging that core strength of the body, that global stabilization muscles that help the pelvis and the spine become stable. Help stabilize the knee joint, lift and lower. Now the next time you lift, hold, and then start to bring the bottom foot up and down towards that top foot. Ooh, yeah, feel that. Real strength work here. The next time they both come up, hold them both up. Lift the head up, the bottom arm up, and maybe come into your side boat. That's it. Reaching, lifting, reaching, lifting, reaching, lifting. And this time rolling onto the back, maybe turning the head to the other end of the mat so you can see what's going on. Grounding the back body down. Let's start with the feet on the mat, knees together, feet separate. Constructive rest pose. Feel the back body earthing out, back of the butt, low back, shoulder blades, shoulders, back of the arms, back of the skull. Releasing any trapped aeroplane energy from the back body. Clasp the hands under the head. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, Supta Baddha Konasana, supine cobbler's pose. And all we're going to do is flap our butterfly wings. So the elbows come back to the floor, knees towards the floor, feel the low back arch. Deep breath in, and then exhale, close the elbows, lift the head, bring the knees together, rounding the back, and pull the skull away from the head. So releasing any trapped energy at the base of the skull, any tension caught there from the airplane, just let it go. And then slowly open the elbows out, knees out, open the butterfly wings, then arch the back, pressing elbows into the earth, knees towards the earth. Once again, closing the wings, knees and elbows coming together, head lifts, shoulder blades lift, come into that crunch, squeeze the skull, lift the skull. Release any trapped tension from the back of the head, the skull, the occipital ridge, and the neck. Open the wings, come down, release the head, release the legs, come into Shavasana and feel the whole back body earthing out. So we've grounded out the entire body, front, inside, outside, back. And then gently bend the knees, rock from side to side. Cross one ankle over the other, grab the back of the hamstrings, lift the head, and curl up into a tight little ball. Feel the low back here. Any final energy that needs earthing out, low back, squeeze in. Now keep the support here, keep the strength of the head stable as you start to rock forward and backward like you're on a rocking chair, and the spine is simply rocking you. Come all the way up to a seated pose, feet lifted. Rotating if you need to see what I'm up to. Bend the knees, have the shins parallel to the earth, shoulders back and down. Find good posture here. Toes curled back. And find the breath in this variation of boat pose, upward boat pose, Ardha Navasana. And then slowly straighten the legs. Release the hands, palms to heaven if you can. Now feel the butt release like electricity. All the final parts of energy, let it roll down from the feet, down into the butt, down into the earth. Yes, yes. Like lightning, earthing. Exhale, release. Come down, grab the knees and go, ah. Grab the back of the hands, strings cross the ankle in the opposite direction. Lift the head, curl up, and then start to rock up and down again. This time coming up back into upward boat. Standing, whatever variation of upward boat works for you. And then drop, come onto all fours and turn to face the top of the mat. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, curl the toes, downward dog. Inhale, right foot to heaven. Step it forward, drop the left knee. Reach up, kneeling warrior. Curl the toes of the left foot. Lift the left knee. Warrior one. Drop the left knee. Drop the toes. Hands under the heart. Lengthen forward, right hand comes forward, swivel to the right, bending the left knee, capture that foot. Inhale, unwind, curl the toes of the left foot, come on up, warrior one. And then open up, warrior two. Open those hips. Straighten the front leg. Lift the toes of that front foot. I've got a little cramp here, that's why I'm doing it. Drop the toes and then come into reverse triangle. Come back to warrior two. Little side angle, leaning right elbow onto that right thigh. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, reverse triangle. Warrior two. Side angle. And then windmill that left hand down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, head comes forward, drop knees, chest, chin, inchworm. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog, left foot high. Inhale, left foot forward, drop the right knee. Inhale, come up, kneeling warrior. Exhale, drop the hands under the heart. Reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. Reach the left hand forward and swivel, grab that right foot. Release, kneeling warrior. Curl the toes of that back foot and come on up, warrior one. Yeah, be easy there, good balance. Come back down, kneeling warrior. Let's try that again, curl the toes. Let's bring the hands to that front thigh, press up. Feel the stability and balance, then lift up. Open up, warrior two. Feel the hips. Drop the back hand, straighten the front leg. Reverse triangle. Warrior two. Lean forward, side angle. Reach. Warrior two, inhale. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, reverse triangle. Inhale, warrior two. Reach forward, side angle. And then exhale that right hand down to the top of the mat. Step that back foot forward, forward fold. And in forward fold, cross the arms and feel the feet earthing out. The bottoms of the feet letting go of all the aeroplane energy right through the heel bones. The whole body just charging into the earth. Head and neck relaxed. Bring the hands to the earth, heel toe the feet wider apart and coming into a low squat. If the low squat feels a little intense, take a couple of blocks and just sit on the blocks. And just come into campfire pose. Dangling the arms out over the knees. Warm your hands over the fire. And then feel that. And feel the warmth of this imaginary fire coming through into the face, into the forehead, into the nostrils as you breathe. Imagining you could smell the wood burning, the sap exploding, the smoke. Filling the lungs with that fragrance of the earth. And then bring the arms between the thighs, prayer. Bringing the hands together, shoulders back, lifting the gaze. And then reaching the left hand onto that left outer foot, right hand under the right outer foot. So the elbows are approximately at the knee joints, and start to bend the elbows so you press open the thighs, drop the buttocks, bring the shoulders back into bound triangle. And then release the hands. Bring the hands out in front of you again, feeling the fire. Rubbing the hands, feeling the fire. And with the palms facing the fire, come onto the balls of the feet and use your hands to stop you from falling. Feel, and just rock into the triceps, feeling the weight come up, the heels of the feet leaving the ground. Keeping the big toes on the ground. And then, if you like, come further forward until you feel more weight come onto the elbows, until less weight onto the feet. Maybe lifting one foot and then the other into your... Feel the earth ground out through the hands. Exhale, come back onto your sit bones. Hello. All right. And let's come back onto the back body here. Have a bolster or a blanket handy. Bring the knees together for now. feet apart, earth out the back once again. So this spinal column, which is full of electrical impulses from the central nervous system, a virtual highway of nerves. Feel the spinal column, the back of the body, being supported by your mat. Bring your attention into the spinal column and notice the electricity flying up and down the nervous system. Signals moving at 350 miles an hour. So that if you lift your toes, that signal shoots up into the brain through the spinal column. If the tip of your thumb touches the tip of your pointer finger gently, the signal shoot up into the spinal column, into the brain. The touch sensation is felt. And then the thumb tip gently touches the next finger. Signal shoot to the brain. Different sensation. But the brain can register that difference. Thumb tip touches the ring finger. Very lightly, very lightly. And then the pinky. Thumb to pinky. New sensations in the hands. The spinal column supported. Extend the left leg out. Pick up the right knee and hug the right knee towards the right shoulder. Curl the toes back. Lift the nose towards the right knee and lift the left foot 2 inches off the ground. Hold yourself in that crunch. And if you know the Kapalabhati breath, the skull polishing breath, take 30 rounds here of Kapalabhati, strong exhale through the nose, passive inhale through the nose. Take a breath in and begin. And release, gently coming down. Release that leg. Come into Shavasana. Feel the skull. Exhaling through the nose with that Kapalabhati, emptying the lungs of any deep residue of airplane air that was still lingering in the lungs. Let the breath become undisturbed and sweet, like a lake without wind, without waves, smooth, oily, glassy. Just the smallest, gentlest breath. Hardly noticed, not a ripple, not a ripple, gentle breath. Inhale, bending the left knee and Squeezing the left knee towards the left shoulder. Feel the back of the body grounded onto the earth. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift the nose towards the knee. And then lift that right foot 2 inches off the ground. And prepare for Kapalabhati on this side if you like. I'm offering 30 expulsions, but you might like to do 10 or 20 depending on your Kapalabhati today. Inhale and begin. And release. Slowly come down. Let the skull cool down. Let the breath soothingly return to that still, calm lake without ripples, without wind, without chop, without waves. Smooth as glass. Feel it with the gentlest of breaths as the body bounces back from the heat of Kapalabhati. And then grabbing a rolled up blanket or a bolster or a blanket, bring it underneath the hips, bending the knees, lift the pelvis and support the waist, the low back, the hips. Inhale, lift both knees. Squeeze both knees towards the shoulders, thighs wide, no pressure on the belly. And then gently reach between the knees, grab hold of the outside of the feet into happy baby. And let the thumbs gently pull against the pinky toes, pull the pad of the pinky toe, pull the pinky toe back towards the top of the foot, stretching out the bottom of the toe. See if there's any trapped aeroplane energy in the pinky toes. Squeeze it out. And then the next toe, the thumb, pulls back on the second toe, releasing any trapped energy, any trapped tension. And then the middle toe is pulled back, that hammer toe. The second toe. Oh. And then the peace fingers might grab the big toe and pull the big toe back. And then reach the feet up, let go of the feet, let the feet drift into the air, hands flop down beside you. Be still, or let whatever parts of the limb, toes, feet, ankles, whatever movements that feel natural in this inversion, you can be still or active. You can be stretch active, feeling sensations of stretch or relaxation. The movement can be gentle or active. Whatever feels right The arms can join the feet or the hands, whatever feels right. And stay as long as you like in the inversion. You can come into half shoulder stand, you can come into plow, whatever you like. When you've had enough, you can come into Shavasana at any time. That's right, I lost my video there for a bit. And consider bringing something under the thighs to support the low back if that last work leaves the low back feeling in need of support.
letting everything be as it is. Letting everything be as it is. Letting everything be as it is. everything be as it is. Let everything be as it is. Notice the sounds in your locality, the sounds outside the room. The sound of your breath. Let your ears be open to the tiniest of sounds. As you breathe in, feel the texture of the air on the roof of the mouth and on the back of the throat. Feel the texture of the air against your skin. Feel the toes and the fingers. Allow the toes and the fingers to gently move. Let the elbows and knees gently bend. Reach the arms over the head. And gently roll into a little ball onto one side. And then slowly press up into a comfortable seat with good posture. Take your time. Nice and slowly. Pelvis tilted forward. Knees, thighs supported either on the ground or with cushions or blocks. Slight lumbar arch. Tall, relaxed spine. Palms face up. Head gently floating above the shoulders. Neck like a piece of string, holding that helium balloon of the head to the spine. And then floating the right hand up to the face, let the thumb block the right nostril, exhaling through the left. Inhale left. Block the left nostril with the ring finger, exhale right. Try to use the fingertips, not pinch the nose. Inhale right. Switch, block with the thumb, exhale left. Inhale left. Block the left nostril with the pinky fingertip this time, exhale right. Inhale right. Block with the thumb, exhale left. Inhale left. Block with the ring finger, exhale right. So alternating side to side. And also alternating pinky finger with ring finger on that left nostril. Not trying to control the breath, but noticing how the breath is moving through each nostril. If the right arm gets tired, switch hands. Alternating pinky finger with ring finger. On the opposite nostril if you switch hands. And letting this connection between the tip of the fingers and the nostrils create new patterns in the brain. New pathways of sensory, tactile sensation. Switching arms, switching hands whenever one arm gets tired. Letting the breath be sweet. The next time you exhale through the left nostril, release the hands and come into stillness. Feeling yourself on the earth. And letting the mantra I have landed. I have arrived. Just bring your hands together at the chest in prayer. Let the head bow in gratitude. Lift the corners of the mouth. In gratitude for the earth. Namaste. Thank you very much.